Hey everyone, it's Bree. I'm back with another scrapbook process video for the Hip Kit Club design team. And this is for the weekly challenge over in the Hip Kit Club Facebook group. This week, it's a lift challenge, and we are going to be scrap lifting this amazing layout by our very own Missy Whitten. Now, she is like mixed media queen and can really just create the most beautiful, beautiful pages. So what I did here is I was super inspired by this layout when she originally created it. I believe this was using I think it's either September. No, it could be, I believe it's the October kits. I can't remember. I will try to put the information in the description box below as to where you could watch her process video for this, for that layout. Okay, so I mainly stuck as close as I could with this layout because it's one of my favorites that she's done, and I really wanted to create something basically just like it. So I took a piece of cardstock from the cardstock kit, and I'm using the brand new January 2021 kits, which are amazing. Oh my gosh, so amazing. So this is my first layout using these kits, and I'm so in love with how it turned out. Okay, so back to what I was saying. The cardstock that I used from the cardstock kit is the powder blue cardstock, and what I'm doing is I'm going in with some white gesso and I'm painting it on with a dry paintbrush and then blending it out with my fingers. Now, I do have to admit, I had already created this page, but I used a piece of the darker blue cardstock from the cardstock kit and did the same exact technique, but I didn't really like how it turned out. I think I put way too much gesso at the top, so the blue cardstock got really lost. And so what I did was I pulled up my photo and all the embellishments, and I redid my background, and I basically put everything back in. So this is a brand new video. I'm just kind of filming the process for y'all to see, and I hope you like it. So I originally prepped the powder blue cardstock with clear gesso, and then I went over it with the white and I faded it out. Missy has a way of taking like white gesso and just blending it out so it doesn't have like harsh lines, or it's not super stark, or just like pow in your face. I don't know how she does it. She's just amazing at what she does. So that's why I went with the lighter cardstock, because I just need more practice at it, I think. Okay, so in her original layout, she used the stamp kit from that month's kit. But January doesn't have a stamp kit, but it has this amazing stencil. So what I did was I pressed some versamark ink through the stencil, and then I'm going in with some white embossing powder from my stash. So I'm still going to get the same embossing look that she has, but I'm just using a stencil instead. So if you don't have stamps, definitely use a stencil, or the other way around, if you don't have the stencil or you didn't get the color kit, you can use any like background stamp, or it doesn't even have to be a background stamp. You can just use anything. You could use words, you can use shapes, you can use anything. So I've spread the white embossing powder onto that the ink that I blended on, and then I'm just getting rid of any excess powder that stuck to the paper. I was very impatient and didn't wait for my page to completely dry, so a lot of the embossing powder kind of got absorbed into the gesso, and so there was a lot around the page. So you can see here the magic that happens when you melt embossing powder. I love embossing. It is so fun, and it creates this resist look, so when you do add mixed media on top of it, you could still see that pattern underneath. So it's super fun. All right, so I did let this dry completely, and so I'm going in with the colors from the color kit. They are all Shimmers paints, and the first one I sprayed on is a Vibes in Snow Way Man, and then I'm going in with an Inklings that's called Precious Posy, and then there's a yellow that I also use, and it's called Meet Me at Sunset, and that's also an Inklings. So all I'm doing here is I'm just painting on the color, adding a little bit of water, letting the colors like just run and blend. Again, like I said, I really stuck to Missy's original layout because I loved the design, and I loved the way the mixed media showed on top of, you know, the cardstock. Now, I tend to always use white cardstock as a base for my layout because I do love mixed media, and I do love letting allowing the colors to be seen and just really pop off the page. So using this, I mean, I know the powder blue is a lighter cardstock, but you know, it's not white, and I just really like how all of the colors just pop. And these colors in the color kit really, really match the collection so well. Now the collection, or actually all of the like elements to these kits, are all exclusive, and the collection is called Dream Big, and it was designed by Kim Watson and Kimberly Hutchison. So I love all of the elements in this collection. The purple is probably one of my favorites, and I'm so excited. All right, so here is an up-close shot of the mixed media. You can see the embossing. You can see the sparkle and shimmer from the Shimmer's paints. You could see like the blended out gesso. I'm so pleased how this background turned out. I mean, the first one was okay. I just wasn't in love with it, and I really felt like in my heart that I really wanted to redo it, and I'm glad that I did. But I mean, did the first one work? Yes, it did, but I don't know. I really wanted to. I like to share what I love, and I really wasn't a big fan of it. I definitely need to practice adding more, like, white gesso onto a darker cardstock. All right, so I'm just showing y'all here all the other embellishments that I had ready from the prior layout. I had fussy cut a bunch of the flowers from the exclusive pattern paper. That paper is Floral Fantasy. I had a chipboard frame that I showed you here that I pulled from that sticker sheet. I did fussy cut quite a few elements from the Pocket Life cards, like that yellow scallop circle, the rainbow, as well as the floral that's right on top of the rainbow. We were also given another design team prompt, and that was to use the wood veneers that are in the main kit, and those are also exclusive and super awesome. I love them so much. I love wood veneer, so it was super easy to add those or to incorporate a lot of those into my layout. So the photo is of me and my best friend out here in Louisiana. We were out to lunch. Unfortunately, I have not had the opportunity to go out to lunch with her like we usually do prior to the whole, COVID thing. We used to go out to lunch every day. And so the wood veneer piece that's down at the bottom where it says it's a day for sugar and sprinkles, I thought that was the perfect piece, because usually after lunch, or quite a few times, we would either get dessert there, or we would go to this cupcake store. It's called Buttercups, and it's very, very similar to Sprinkles. And they have the best cupcakes. And right now, the king cake cupcake is back, and they have the little babies on top of the cupcakes. They're so cute, since it is Mardi Gras season. And so I definitely need to get me a king cake cupcake. So anyways, that wood veneer piece was perfect for this layout. And I got one that I put directly onto our photo where it says "You make life brighter." She's so fun. She's just awesome. And we have a good time. So I did go in with a few of these puffy button stickers. I did add some chipboard hearts. I did add a few other heart wood veneer pieces as well. I've got a lot of elements popped up on foam. I love to layer. I love to tuck things in. And I like to ruffle up the edges on flowers. I did end up adding this little ephemera piece here because I felt like I needed maybe more of a bit like a connection from the main group to that bottom little embellishment cluster. So here is the original layout that I was super inspired by from Missy Whitten, and I hope y'all are able to scrap lift and join in the weekly challenge. Remember, if you have to be in it to win it. There is a possibility to win a $10 gift certificate to the Hip Kit Club store. So make sure to check out all the details in the Facebook group. I'll have a link to the group in the description box below. So definitely check it out, and I would love to see what y'all create and how you're inspired by this beautiful layout. So thanks again for being here, for commenting, for liking, and subscribing to my channel. It really means a lot to me. And I hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.